they're just so kind and so sweet and have so much love for others, but yet they may not be the most prettiest or the most handsomest person, but they have more love than ones that think they're all that.
Vaughn, I think that,
But we're talking about love, right?
yeah, we're talking about love. And one of the things I wanted to ask you about was romantic love. What do you think about romantic love?
Romantic love. Romantic love to me is probably an attraction that someone might have with someone that most times leads to some type of sexual encounter. You know, a romantic love, you have that type of feeling, and you kind of overwhelmed because you really want to embrace this person.
Right.
But it's not that type of love that's long lasting.
So do you think that romantic love can turn into long-lasting
Oh,
love?
absolutely. That's a start. Because if you don't have a desire for someone, then how can it progress to something else? It never will happen. You know, you first got to have that initial spark, and without that initial spark, like you say, we're fired up. How would you get that fire if you don't have that spark?
That's right.
So when you have that initial contact or meeting with someone that you have some type of feelings about, yeah, that can carry over to a love that's inseparable.
Long-term relationships, do you think that love changes over that time period?
I think in most cases it does, because people they get so involved in other things that they never take that time out or that time to spend with that one that they're really intimate with. Like your husband, when y'all see each other, it's only when y'all leaving out in the morning. Evening comes along, it doesn't matter if you prepared a meal or whatever. If he comes in, he says, "Well, honey, I'm going to bed." Okay, you just prepared a meal, but you prepared it out of love. You know, it's not that he didn't want the meal. He's just too dog tired to take part in it that particular day. He may get up in through the night and eat, and I know I've done that.
What do you think people need to do to keep that long-term relationship going?
I think they should have some type of maybe a date night where no matter what is taking place through the week, that particular time or that day that we come together and at least discuss what's going on for that week, or what's going on, or what went on that day. You know, those are the type of things, you know, that keeps a relationship strong when you come together often enough.
Right.
Because if you sustain from seeing one another, it could just be talk. It doesn't have to be intimate or anything like that. It's just a pleasure to see the one you love and have a few words for them that day. Could be a case where they need some encouraging words. It could be a case where, honey, I just love you so, you know, because of who you are. Nothing else, because of who you are.
Do you have a favorite love story?
Do I have a favorite love story? The only favorite love stories I have is my own.
What is your love story?
My love story is, well, I'm going to start from the beginning. During this particular time, I was playing semi-pro ball. I had a bunch of girlfriends all over this country. It's ridiculous. That's really ridiculous. I come home, you know, and go visit my mom, and there's times, you know, I would go to my mom's house, and there'd be 2 or 3 girls there sitting up waiting on me. And my mom, she's always was a pleasant person. Yeah, y'all could just come on in. She invite everybody in. And get into my love story. I was dating this one young lady, and we were living together. And I kept on telling her, I said, you know what? You're not the woman I'm seeing in my dreams. You're not the woman I'm seeing in my dreams. Well, about 2 years later, I'm in Pittsburgh at a party, and I meet this young lady. And we get to talking, and 2 years prior to that, she was in Detroit, Michigan, and she was playing a game with some other ladies, and we had just played a doubleheader in Detroit, and we're down there checking out watching the girls play. And one of the ladies hit a ball, it bounced up, hit the lady in the face. She took off running to a gas station across the street. 2 years later, I met her at the party. And turns out all these dreams that I was having in a place I had never been was about her. And we got to, close. We started dating. And she invited me to meet her parents. So I came on down here to Florida to meet her parents. And sometime during that day, we went to that very spot that I had been dreaming about. And I said, oh, wow, this is deja vu. And I knew then that that was the woman, that Lord wanted me to be with. And 30-some years later, I can't get rid of her. I love her dearly. No, I'm just joking. I'll never get rid of her.
What's your saddest love story?
My saddest love story? My saddest love story is a gentleman by the name of Michael Johnson. Very nice young man. Everybody in the neighborhood loved him at that time. And, I had a feeling for him as well. Not just because he was my helper on my paper route, it's because he just was a nice young man.
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up getting killed.
I'm so sorry.
Nothing that he was doing that was illegal or anything like that. He got hit. And he died. And he died horribly. Every bone in his body was broken. That's bad.
Sorry.
That's bad.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. And, it took me a while to get over his death, because I had grown, to like the young man. He's like 3 years younger than I am, and he was always a pleasure to be with. He was well-mannered at that time. I knew his parents and stuff, and, when that happened to him, it just took something out of me at that time, and that's a sad love story.
Yes, it is.
It can't be any worse than death.
No. Those experiences that you have they changed your ideas about what love is? From the time that you were younger till now?
With Michael's case, I had no idea anything about love. And as far as now, I'm sure there's been some things, that have changed. But I think most of all, personally myself, because coming up I was always the mediator with my friends. I always was the one jumping in. Wait a minute, we're friends. We don't need to be fighting each other. There's some guys around the block we need to jump on. I'm just teasing. But yeah, your friends. You won't be fighting amongst each other or things like that. But yeah, that's changed. My thoughts as far as love. Because love to me is everything that's alive. Whether it's 2 fleas or 2 big elephants, they're alive, and they search out one another to show their love and their affection for, their kind. You see it in humans as well as in animals, where one passes on, the other one doesn't have a desire to live anymore. They lost that love in their life, and that alone can make you not have that will that you once had, because you lost that zeal for that love and affection.
So, do you have a funniest love story?
Funniest love story?
Or a happy love story?
I just told you my happy love story.
Yeah.
My beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's excellent.
That's my happy love story. Like I say, that's who the Lord wanted me to be with, and I know it's who He wanted me to be with, or I wouldn't have kept on having these dreams. Same dream over and over. Well, it was enough. If it was 3 times, that's enough. Man, why am I having this dream? I ain't never been to no palm tree, white sandy beach place. And then when you go to that place, this is who the Lord wanted you to be with. No matter how you may have felt about them or how you may have felt, you have to put that aside. Because no matter what, His word does not come back void. Things He does do not come back void. It's going to happen. Whether we put it off and it takes longer, that's on us. It's going to happen.
What's the biggest hurdle to love today, you think?
The biggest hurdle? Time.
Time.
Time. People, their time is so congested with other things that they miss out on love. They miss out on, just like your neighbors. When you first move into a neighborhood, you may be kind of skittish about meeting, your neighbors or blah, blah, blah. And then somebody come over and, and welcome you. But then there's many others, you don't even know their name. And they can live 2 doors down. They can live right across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And you never take time out to say, hey, good morning, how you doing?
Right.
Hey, how's it going down there today? Boy, you got a lot of leaves in your yards. You need help? Sorry, I can't help you. My rake just broke. I was just teasing. Well,
What's the best thing about love?
What's the best thing?
Best thing.
Life. Life is life. That's the best thing about love. Life, man. It's hey, who wouldn't want to have life and be loved? I just try to treat everybody with love. No matter who you are. I don't care if you're one of the CEOs upstairs or one of the housekeepers, or you're someone that's come in from outside and you may have a handicap. I'm still going to treat you with love. I just think it's right. Why take offense of someone that's never done anything to you? All they've ever done was maybe say, how are you doing today? Or good morning, or you looking very pleasant, or you look nice today, or whatever. Those are nice things to say to someone. But we have people nowadays, they take it as offensive. Not good. Not good.
No, and that's why we're here, because we want to make sure we fire up people about love.
Yeah. Love is a very strong emotion.
Yes, it is.
And it could be overwhelming to some, and it could be the best thing that ever happened to many others.
Well, I appreciate you talking with me today.
We're done? No, tell me we're not done. I'm not done yet.
Well, Vaughn, I'd like to thank you.
I'd like to thank you too.
For being part of this.
Now, where's my $50?
This is GC Fierce.
I'll keep it on
thanking
the table.
Vaughn for his conversation today, and I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for just thinking about me enough to come in and have that little chat about love.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.